Welcome to Mundus History. Today, we bring you a confession that is as heartbreaking as it is horrifying. It comes to us anonymously from a 32-year-old woman currently living in Zoetermeer in the Netherlands. She is of Tunisian descent, and she has asked us to share her story as a dark warning to those who might be tempted by the path she chose. This is the price of freedom. I live a comfortable life now in Zoetermeer, but my mind is never truly at peace. I came to this country as a child with my parents and my three older sisters. Growing up in a strict Muslim household, my life was drawn out for me before I even had a choice. In my culture, there is a heavy tradition where parents choose husbands for their daughters. But as the youngest, my fate was even crueler. When my father passed away, the dynamic in my house shifted. One by one, my sisters got married and moved away to start their own families. I was left entirely alone with my mother. I loved her, but she suffocated me. Because I was the youngest, I was unspokenly designated as her lifelong caregiver. I wasn't allowed to have a boyfriend. I wasn't allowed to marry. I wasn't allowed to dream. Who would watch over my mother in her old age if I had a life of my own? For years, my world was restricted to school and the four walls of our home. Occasionally, I was allowed out with friends, but the guilt and restrictions followed me everywhere. I was a rebel at heart, trapped in a life I detested. I wanted a partner. I wanted to travel. I wanted to live. Then I met him. A Dutch boy at my school. He was beautiful, castano hair and eyes the color of cold gray stone. When we looked at each other, the rest of the world disappeared. But when my mother found out about us, my small world imploded. The punishment was severe, but her words were worse. She was cruel. That day, a rage erupted inside me, and I said unforgivable things to her, things that, even knowing what I know now, I do not regret. Desperation leads you down dark paths. Weeks later, I was complaining to a friend, tears of rage in my eyes. "Why don't you just make her stop?" she whispered. Witchcraft. The word sent a shiver of fear through me, but my longing for freedom was stronger. I spent nights scouring the dark corners of the internet, my heart pounding, looking into forbidden rituals. Finally, I messaged my friend. "Yes, find me a witch." She told me her aunt knew someone, a powerful woman who lived across the border in Belgium. We made a plan. I told my mother we were going on a shopping trip to Belgium, lying that things were cheaper there. We took the train. The rhythmic clicking of the tracks felt like a countdown. When we arrived at the witch's house, a heavy, oppressive atmosphere settled over me. She led us to a back room. It didn't look like anything I expected. There were hundreds of statues of saints and strange images I had never seen before. Their eyes seemed to follow me. The air was thick with the suffocating scent of incense and burning herbs. The witch told me to sit at a small table. She lit a cigarette, took a slow drag, and let the smoke drift over me. "Speak, child. What do you need?" Her voice was gravelly, ancient. I spilled everything. My love for the boy, my hatred for my prison, my desire to be free of my mother, even if it meant she had to die. She watched me coldly, her eyes unblinking. "I can help you," she said finally. "But there are two paths. The first uses dark entities. They will change your destiny and tie your lover to you, but they will exact a heavy karma. The second path is a pact sealed with a soul. No karma for you, but a life is taken in exchange. Think carefully." I didn't think for even a second. My rage was absolute. I want to be free now, I said. She handed me a dark bottle and told me what I must do. When I returned home, my mother was waiting. She grabbed me by the hair, screaming, accusing me of being with a man. The physical pain was nothing compared to the fury inside me. I told her she was going to die alone. That night, in the dead of winter, I snuck out of the house. I found a local cemetery, climbed the crumbling stone wall, and buried the witch's bottle as instructed. But because of the unyielding rage consuming me, I deliberately added a photo of my mother to the ground next to it. 2 weeks later, my mother collapsed. She died of a massive heart attack. If you are wondering if it worked, yes, I am happily married to that same Dutch boy with 2 beautiful children. I know there is a special place in hell waiting for me. But until then, I will enjoy the life I stole. This story is based on true events. For those listening who may not believe in witchcraft or the paranormal, we kindly ask you to remain respectful in the comments section. Everyone's beliefs and experiences are valid here at Mundus History. Thank you for listening. And remember, some secrets are better left buried.